जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 जय किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। जय विष्णुपाद परमाचार्य जलष्ट स्वामी इसी भक्ति स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत गुरु वैष्णव वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिमरन हरे कृष्ण ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिमरन हरे कृष्ण ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिमरन हरे कृष्ण ऑल गुरुज श्री गुरु एंड श्री गौरंग गौर वर्षि प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 74, Slok number 22. As usual, we'll read the word-to-word translation first and then we'll go to Sloka. Vividhani, various, iha, in this world, karmani, material activities, janayan, generating, yat, by those, avakshaya, grace, ihate, endeavors, yat, in so much, ayam, this world, sarvaha, entire, shreyaha, for the ideas, dharma adi, religiosity and so on, lakshanam, characterized as, vividaniha karmani, janayan yadavekshaya, ihate yadayam sarve, श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम् विविधानिह कर्माणि जनयन् यदवेक्षया इहते यदं सर्व श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम् विविधानिह कर्माणि जनयन् यदवेक्षया इहते यदयं सर्व श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्। विविधानिह कर्माणि जनयन् यदवेक्षया इहते यदयं सर्व श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम् विविधानीह कर्माणि जनयन् यदवेक्षया इह ते यदयं सर्व श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्। विविधानीह कर्माणि जनयन् यदवेक्षया इह ते यदयं सर्व श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्। विविधानीह कर्माणि जनयन् यदवेक्षया इह ते यदयं सर्व श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्। Translation. You want to Translation by John Gacy Shaitan Shil Prabhupada. Shil Prabhupada ki Jai. He creates the many activities of this world, and thus by His grace the whole world endeavors for the ideas of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. We have to read one more shloka. तस्मात् कृष्णाय महते दीयता परमार्हणम् एवं चेत सर्वभूतानाम् आत्मश्चर्हं भावित. Therefore, we should give the highest honor to Krishna, the Supreme Lord. If we do so, we will be honoring all living beings and also ourselves. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांच श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. You all are welcome to our discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. So, here this chapter is very nicely explaining about the pastimes of Lord and Shashupala. So, in this chapter, basically, the glory of Lords are demonstrated very clearly. How Lord is supreme. So, basically, here Parikshit Maharaj is Yudhishthira Maharaj is choosing who should be the prime object of the worship among all the different guests assembled for the sacrifice. So, in this regard, he's considering Lord Krishna as the main object of the worship. So, in this context, there are like multiple examples comes in the scripture. So, just like one time, Lord Brahma, he happened to visit Dwarka, and there he stopped at the gatekeeper, and gatekeeper asked, "Who are you?" And then he says, "I am a Brahma." And then the message goes to Lord Krishna. And when message goes to Lord Krishna, Krishna says, which Brahma? And then the Darbal comes and I ask the Brahma, who are you? Which Brahma? And then he got bewildered, like, I'm the creator of the universe. How someone can question me like this? And then finally the message goes to Lord back, and then Lord calls Brahma. And by the Lord's just a desire, different Brahmas from the different universe they manifest there. So the Brahma which is in our planet is four-headed Brahma, and as soon as this Brahma is there, around him he sees five-headed, ten-headed, hundred-headed, thousands of headed Brahmas, different Brahmas, and in front of all these Brahmas, this Brahmaji is feeling very small among them. And then there Brahmaji questions the Lord, "Oh Lord, sorry, I don't know. Is there any other Brahma than me?" So the Brahmaji, like our intelligence is very small. Our intelligence is only very small, 250 grams of brain we have. But the Brahmaji, his entire body is made up of intelligence. But the personality whose body is completely made up of intelligence, it is very difficult for him to understand the supremacy of Lord Krishna. Then what to say of us? We are very tiny in front of Lord Krishna. So that's how a lot of times we try to manipulate, try to do paralysis to analysis for multiple things. But things doesn't work like this. Everything is controlled by the Lord. So lot of times we think that if I would have done like this, then things will go like this way. No, it doesn't work like that. We have to try our best, and depends on the mercy of the Lord. So in this context, there are multiple example comes in the scripture. So the first in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 31 chapters, sloka number 17, the description comes as uh, my dear kings, sometime in the sky there are clouds, sometime there are darkness, sometime there are illuminations. The appearance of all this takes place consecutively. Similarly, in the Supreme Absolute, the modes of passion, darkness, and ignorance appear in consecutive energies. Sometimes they appear and sometimes they disappear. Darkness and illuminations of the cloud sometimes appear and disappear, but even they have disappeared, the potency is still there, always existing. In the sky, sometimes we see the clouds, sometimes rainfall, sometimes snow. So, how these things are happening? So, these things are happening not just by chance. There is somebody is controlling. We can see anywhere where there is no controller or there is no supervisor, things go messy. Just in our, just take a small example, our temple. So, if there are no proper structure of management, things will go chaos. Nobody knows what to do, how to do, what to say of this entire universe. Innumerable planets are floating. If there is no controller, then they will collide with each other, there will be mess completely, but there is supreme power which is controlling that. So it is not something everything is happening by chance. Everything is controlled by the supreme will of the Lord. So the personality of Godhead is the original cause of the total cosmic manifestation. He is unaffected by the material existence, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Bhumirapo nalo vayu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara ityam me bhinna prakriti. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. Altogether, these eight compromise me and my separated material energies. So it's not somebody's quoting about Lord. It's not concoction of somebody. Lord Himself is telling that this is manifest. All the things are manifested by my own things, by my own will. That's what Lord is personally telling. So we don't have to doubt the authority, because the person who is creating, he himself is demonstrating. Although the material nature or physical elements are the energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are separate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is therefore not affected by material conditions. The Vedanta Sutra confirms Janmadi Asyata. The creation, maintenance, dissolution of these cosmic manifestations are due to the existence of the Supreme Lord. So these are the words of the Bhagavatam, which is complete, authentic, which is eternal, which is supreme. So we should 100% believe that this is not something um, written by mental concoction by anyone. These are words of the Lord. The sun always, because Srimad Bhagavatam, it is considered just like Lord has a different forms. Like Lord we see in the deity form, we experience the Lord in terms of holy name. Similarly, the Srimad Bhagavatam is the book incarnation of the Lord. So all the words in the Srimad Bhagavatam are the personality of Godheads exactly representing it. It is the body of the Lord. So in this, whatever points are mentioned, they are absolute. There is no question of doubting this. So in this Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned the sun always shines brilliantly and is not affected by the clouds or darkness. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always present in his spiritual energy and is not affected by material emanations. Like in Brahma Samhita, it confirms, like the Brahmaji who created this universe, he himself is saying, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigra Anadi Radi Sarva Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He is eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin. He is the prime cause of all causes. Although he is the supreme cause, the cause of all causes, he is still a Parama, transcendental. His form is Satchidananda, eternal, spiritual bliss. Krishna is the shelter of everything. And this is the verdict of all scriptures. Krishna is the remote cause, and the material nature is the immediate cause. So there are two causes here Prabhupada is writing in Bhagavatam, like immediate cause and ultimate cause. So just like one more example comes, like let us say there is one cat hiding below the bed, and we try to push the cat with a stick to come out to bring her to the safety area. So that time the cat, when the cat sees the stick, the cat thinks the stick is the problem for her, and the cat try to bite or try to attack the stick. But is the stick is the cause? No, the, the person who is driving that stick is the cause for the cat to remove. So like that in this world, whatever things we see the immediate cause, and that's how we respond to that immediate cause, and that's what we think. But no, there is an ultimate cause behind that, that is the supreme personality of Godhead. So in sometimes we see that some people comes and they behave with us very rudely or some badly, but we immediately try to react to that. That means what? We are just considering that person is the immediate cause, and we are not knowing the ultimate cause, that it is because our previous karma this person is behaving me with that way. So the ultimate cause has to be seen. So here in Bhagavatam, this is clearly coming that the remote cause and ultimate cause, and the immediate cause. So this is very clearly explained here. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, understanding Prakriti or nature to be the cause of everything is like understanding the nibbles of the neck of a goat to be the cause of the milk. So here one more example is coming. Some people think the milk whatever is coming is from the goat is just from the nibbles. But is that true? No, the goat is giving milk. It is the nibbles is just like a medium through which we can get the milk from the goat. So it is the just the immediate cause, but the ultimate cause is the goat. So material nature is the immediate cause of the cosmic manifestation, but the original cause is Narayana, Krishna. Sometimes people think that the cause of the earthen pot is the earth. We see the potter wheel a sufficient amount of earth to produce many pots, and although unintelligent men will say that the earth on the wheel is the cause of the pot, those who are actually advanced will find that the original cause is the potter. So here one more example coming the cause, showing that if the earth pot is made, the potter is the person who is making that pot, so he is the cause. It is not the just earth is the cause of the pot. So the potter who supplies the earth moves on the wheel. Material nature may be the helping factor for creation of this cosmic manifestation, but it is not the ultimate cause. In Bhagavad Gita again 9.10, the Lord again reconfirms it. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sucharacharam. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and producing all moving and non-moving beings. The Supreme Lord casts his glance over material nature, and by his glance agitates the three modes of nature. Creation then takes place. The conclusion is that the nature is not the cause of material manifestation. The Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes. So this is again in fourth canto also. We are reading 10th canto, but the same reference is coming in fourth canto also. So, one time there was one person, he wanted to serve the greatest personality. So, he was in village, small village, and the village in charge, he saw this being the main person. So he thought, let me serve this personality. So he went to him and he said, I want to be your servant. And he gracefully accepted him, and he started serving that in charge of the village. But the village in charge also, at the end of the month, he's collecting all the taxes and he's going to the mayor and depositing all the taxes to the mayor. So that time he comes to know that this village in charge is not the main person, there is somebody above him. So he goes to the mayor, and as he goes to the mayor, he says, he requests, "Can I serve you?" And the mayor says, "Yeah, please come and join." He gracefully accepted, and the village in charge also approves that this is a nice person, there is no threat from him, and you can appoint him in your service. So when this person goes into the service of mayor again, the mayor also, he collects the taxes, he does everything, and he has to report to the state. And similarly, he goes to the in charge of the state, and the person gradually goes, and finally he goes to the prime minister of the state. And there he see that the prime minister also is not independent, he is also has to report to somebody. And then finally he goes to the king, and the king, he thinks, now I have reached the ultimate personality whom I should serve. So when he was serving, the king also stated one day, "Let's go and meet my authority, whom under whom direction I rule this kingdom." So he goes to one of the sage, and there this person again got moved from the service of the king to the service of the sage. And the sage was serving, and sage was worshipping the Lord. And that time, this person realizes that it's not the sage also is the ultimate person, but the Lord is the supreme person whom I should be serving. So then finally he runs and he goes for worshipping the serving the Lord. So there he asked the temple pujaris, "Is there some service I can do?" So it was just the time of evening when the altar is about to close. So they said, "No, no, no, no service for you today, you come tomorrow." He said, "No, no, I want to serve now only. I don't know how long I will be living, I may die immediately also." So he was so eager to serve. So finally the pujari, what he does is, "Okay, you stand as a gatekeeper here, Lord is taking rest, don't allow anybody to go and in and out." So when this incident was happening, this person agrees, "Okay, I'll continue to guard." And all the pujaris and everybody leaves the temple, and from the temple the Lord personally comes out. And when Lord personally comes out, then this person immediately stops. "Where are you going?" Nobody's supposed to go outside, nobody's supposed to go in. And then the Lord speaks to that person that, "Oh, my dear son, I am Lord himself, and then you come with me, I am going for my pastimes." And then time Lord goes out, and this person also comes with the Lord. And at a particular place, Lord stops this person, and he says, "Now this is your boundary, you just guard here. Once I am done with my all the activities, I'll come back." And then Lord goes, and Lord performs his intimate pastime with all devotees. And after completing his intimate pastime with his devotees, again after some time, they both come back in the early morning, 3 o'clock. And that was night, so this person was feeling shivering in outside. So what Lord did, Lord took out his shawl and he put on his that person's body to cover him. And Lord went inside, and this person is guarding again the pujaris came back at morning 4 o'clock again to start their daily services. And this person is saying, "No, you should not go inside, Lord just now went to take rest." And Pujari said, "Are you mad? This is my daily duty. You just joined yesterday. How can you stop me? You cannot stop me." And that time, this person says, "No, Lord was tired. Lord is tired now. He performed his pastime whole night, and now he's taking rest. He just now went." And finally, when this pujaris, they saw the shawl around this person, that time they realized this person is not mad, he's really telling something honest thing. Because the gate is also locked, nobody came in, nobody went out, but still the Lord shawl came outside. And when these devotees understood this thing, so they prayed to the Lord. And because of this thing, there is one temple in Vrindavan called Bhakya Bihari temple. So in that temple, the Mangalarti happens at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. So this is the pastime where this proves that the Lord is the supreme, and also how Lord is kind and how Lord reciprocated these devotees. So there is one more place, the supremacy of the Lord is described, and where the scientific opinions are defeated. Unfortunately, the scientists only observe the ultimate immediate cause, and they do not perceive the remote cause. There are two causes, the immediate cause and the remote cause. Krishna is described. This is in coming in sixth chapter of the um, this science of self-realization. So Krishna is described in Vedas as a Sarva Karana Karanam, the cause of all causes. If you understand the cause of all causes, then you understand everything. Kasminnu bhagavato vigyatu sarvam idam vigyatam bhagavati. If you know the original cause, the later subordinate cause are automatically known. Although the scientists are searching after the original cause, when the Vedas, which contain perfect knowledge, gives the original cause, they won't accept. They keep to their partial imperfect knowledge. So now there is a discussion between Srila Prabhupada and Dr. T.D. Singh, one of the Prabhupada disciple. So the scientists are now the scientist is speaking, T.D. Singh Prabhu. T.D. Singh is nothing but I think I forgot the Maharaj's name, but he is one of the sannyasi in ISKCON. So scientists are worried about the energy source, and now they are working to utilize solar energy for cooking, lighting, and various other purposes. They are hoping that when they exhaust all other energy sources, they will be able to use the solar energy. Still, Prabhupada is saying this is not a very new theory. Everyone knows that because the roots of trees store the sun's energy and it is possible to get fire from the trees. These scientists are tiny creatures, but they are very proud. We don't give them credit because they are simply stating what everyone knows. As soon as you cut a tree, you cannot get a fire from it. It has to be dried in the sun. When the energy is gathered from the sun in the tree can be utilized for fire. Actually, everything is maintained by sun's energy, but the scientists don't know where the sun's energy comes from. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yada aditya gatam tejo jagadvasate khilam yat chandramasi yat chagnu tat tejo vidhi mamakam. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of the whole world, comes from me. And the splendor of the moon and the splendor of the fire also comes from me. Again, Krishna says, Jyoti Rasor Asumam, O light of lights, I am the radiant sun. In Bhagavad Gita 10.21, it also comes in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna tells Krishna, Shashi Surya Netram, the sun and moon are among your great unlimited eyes. This knowledge is contained in the Bhagavad Gita, but scientists cannot attain this knowledge by their speculation. Can they? Prabhupada is questioning. Now, Dr. Singh Prabhu is responding, it is not possible. Srila Prabhupada, and what is their knowledge? The scripture says that even if you counted all the grains of the sand on the earth, you still would be not able to understand God. All this material counting does not mean that you have the capacity to understand the unlimited, but it is even beyond their capacity to count all the material things. Why are the scientists so proud of their energy and capacities? They do not even know the material things, and what to speak of spiritual. As far as scientists and other living entities are concerned, their knowledge is limited. But this is not so for Krishna. If we receive knowledge from Krishna, that knowledge is perfect. In the scriptures, we receive information that there are 900,000 species of life existing within the ocean. The information given in the scripture is exact because it comes from Krishna. Krishna himself says, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that is going to yet to happen. This is from Bhagavad Gita 7.26. Again, Dr. T.D. Singh Prabhu is saying, we have to take knowledge from the Supreme Knower. Srila Prabhupada, for perfect knowledge, we have to approach the Supreme Superior Person, a Guru. One may try to learn subject by reading books at home, but he can learn much better by going to college and approaching a professor. In the same way, we have to approach a guru. Of course, if we encounter a false guru, our knowledge is false. But if our guru is perfect, our knowledge is perfect. We accept Krishna as our guru. If he is perfect in knowledge, our knowledge is also perfect. As far as we concern, we do not have to perfect ourselves, but if we receive knowledge from the perfect, our knowledge is perfect. We cannot say that we understand that there are 900,000 species of life in the ocean because we have studied the entire ocean. Rather, we just say that we have to take this information from scriptures and therefore it is perfect. This is a Vedic process. Scientists may carry out much research work, but however great scientist may be, his senses are imperfect. Therefore, he cannot have perfect knowledge. What is the value of our eyes? We cannot see without sunlight, nor when we see small things without a microscope. Our eyes are imperfect, and the instrument our eyes have discovered are also imperfect. How then the possible to get a perfect knowledge? Because the living entity is limited, his knowledge is also limited. A child may know that 2 plus 2 equals to 4, but when he speaks of higher mathematics, we do not take him seriously. The senses, although which is the scientific way to acquire knowledge, are limited and imperfect. Therefore this knowledge is limited and imperfect. And in this ignorance, he may claim to know everything, but that is simply a nonsense. So this is what Prabhupada is condemning. This scientific knowledge is not the perfect, because we see the scientific theory keeps on changing gradually. Like this theory will come, then another scientist will come, this thing, then he will defeat that, and that's how the things is changing. But the knowledge which is coming from scripture is eternal. It is not changing, it is fixed. And it was not the case that earlier there was 100 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita and now there are 700. No, it is from the beginning there are 700 shlokas and it is still 700. Same way all the words of Bhagavatam is as is. So the knowledge which we receive in the parampara system is perfect. So in this context again, Lord is one more time demonstrating that it is me who is the cause of all things, and that is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita one more time. That Aham Sarva, Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Aham Sarvasya Prabho Matta Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Vajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Those who are intelligent, Buddha, complete in knowledge. So after knowing Krishna, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, after becoming Mahatma, Samahatma, Sudurlabha, Bhajante, Mahatmas, Stumam Partha, Devim Prakriti Masrita, Bhajante Ananya Manaso. Without any deviation, Ekanta. If you take through this Krishna conscious process without any deviation, then therefore there is no need to look for anything else in the life. That's what all the demigods and all are there. They have given the knowledge, but they have given the information, but we have to believe Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Lord says this: we don't require to worship any demigods. All demigods, they are respectable. We offer all respects. A Vaishnava even offer respects to an ant, and why not to the demigods? That is the another thing. But in Krishna Bhakti, he knows that Krishna is the supreme. In other demigods, they are all subordinate. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Khammaste eva tera hrudajana prapadante anya devata. There is no need. Just like if we pour the water at the root of the tree, the branches of the twigs, the flowers, leaves, all they become nourished. Similarly, by worshipping Krishna, you will be satisfied. You don't require to satisfy anyone. This is a statement from the Shastras. We all we are indebted to so many persons in life, like Devatas, Devis, Rishis, Devarshis, Bhuta, living entities, Ram, human society, our family men, our friends. But if we are in debt to all these people, it is not possible to satisfy and pay all the debts like that. But if we just worship Krishna, automatically all the debts are paid. So just like if we want to feed our body right and nourish our entire body, we cannot supply food to individual part of our body. We have to just supply food to the mouth, automatically entire body get nourished. Similarly, if we worship Lord Krishna, automatically everything, every living entity, all demigods, all the debts are paid. So that's how Krishna Bhakta is beyond all the obligations of the world. But that doesn't give us the license not to follow the rules, because since we are in this material world, Prabhupada used to say we should obey the rules of this world. Like one time devotees were thinking like everything belongs to Krishna. So they just went and stole the flowers from the neighbor's garden, and that news came to Prabhupada, and the neighbors complained that these devotees are doing like this. And immediately, as soon as Prabhupada got to know, Prabhupada became wild on devotees. He said, "No, you should not do this because Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna, but right now it is under custody of that particular individual. So we should take the permission from them and then offer in service of the Lord. That way, we are respecting the authority of Lord, and we are not be behaving whimsically. Similarly, we are in this world. Let us say we are driving on the road. We are definitely obey the traffic rules. The place where we are in, we obey the rules of that particular state and country. Same like if we are in US, we have to drive from the right. It cannot be like we are in Krishna Jyoti, we can do left drive. No, it won't happen. We have to obey the rules. At the same time, we have to understand in heart to heart that ultimately Krishna is the cause of everything, and everything is directed under the direction of Krishna. So these are the few thoughts which I wanted to share with all of you. Any comments, questions, we can talk. There I'll just conclude with one wonderful narration from Bhagavatam. So there is a wonderful devotee of Lord Gajendra. He also says, Namo Namaste Khilakaranaya Nishkaranaya Yuddhakaranaya Sarvagvanasmaramaharnavaya Namopavargaya Paranaya. So here Gajendra is praying, My Lord, you are the cause of all causes, but you yourself has no cause. Therefore, you have wonderful cause of everything. I offer my respectful obeisance unto you, who are the shelter of Vedic knowledge contained in the Shastras like Pancharatra and Vedanta Sutra, which are the representations, who are the source of the Parampara system, because it is you who can give liberation. You are the only shelter of all transcendentalists. Let me offer my respectful obeisance to you. So Gajendra is praying in this state where he was struggling to come out of the uh, clutches of crocodile. There he is offering this wonderful prayers to the Lord. So there also is showing Lord Krishna is the cause of all causes. Yes, maybe Mataji has collected some thoughts now. Bhagavatam is a discussion. Always, if possible, whoever can add, it will help the uh, speaker as well as the audience also. No matter, you can give the comment also. What we spoke, you can repeat also. You can whatever we discuss. Even if just the same points is reflected, also that point remains with us. So if you want to repeat, that's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty much everything. Thank you for your class. Everything you said was very clear and concise. And but how do you get to that point where you can actually study and give classes? And is it necessary for every devotee to be able to like give classes? Because sometimes there's a difference between vigyan and gyan. So sometimes a person may have more gyan or they may have more vigyan, and they may apply themselves to a different um, position, like book distribution or something else. So I was wondering, what really is the qualification for persons to be able to give class?
As far as our movement is concerned, Krishna conscious movement is concerned, we are not qualified to speak out or give classes. but we just try to repeat the words of our acharyas and Krishna whatever told. It is the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Amara agya hoye Guru." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told us to preach Krishna consciousness. So whatever we know, we preach. Like in Prabhupada's time, there was one small very baby, only 4 years old, hardly know anything. But uh, she will go to everybody and she will ask, "Do you know who is Krishna?" And then that person will say, "No, I don't know." Then she will say, "Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead." And that time Prabhupada said, "This is preaching." So everyone, with whatever they have received, if they want to pass on to others, that is preaching, that is giving classes. Nothing special required, but it is good if we can prepare, study, and for present things more meticulously. If we prepare more, if the questions are coming, then we can respond to the question. But if we cannot respond, we have to take the question back and check with someone who can answer them and help the others, and that's how we grow. A lot of times when the questions comes, that time more thinking happens, more study happens, and the person grows more. Like practice is there, but unless one is put into test, one is not able to grasp the subject matter. Similarly, we are practicing and studying Prabhupada books, but unless we are put into preaching, we will not be more serious. Like, let us say, suppose I have to give class, I definitely has to prepare, I have to think, I have to contemplate, and that is the best meditation. When I am speaking Krishna Katha, or any speaker is speaking, he is fully Krishna conscious. At the time of speaking, the speaker cannot think of any other thoughts. While chanting, some other thoughts will come to our mind. While doing some service, some other thoughts will come to our mind. Let us say one is cooking, one is doing deity worship or cleaning, some other thoughts will come to mind. But speaking about Krishna Katha is the only activity where 100% we are Krishna conscious. We just cannot think of anything. So everybody who have got whatever knowledge, they should go and spread. Initial level, we may not be so strong. So Prabhupada has given very wonderful process of book distribution. We have to take books and go. And while distributing, also we'll get some questions. What is in their book? So if you are distributing Bhagavad Gita, somebody will ask what is in the book. So you are forced to read. You are forced to say something, and that's how you will grow yourself. So it is very much recommended for everyone to try their best to spread this movement by of their capacity. And it is not like whimsical. It is under the direction of authority, not at the cost of our regular services. We have to do our regular assigned services, and additionally this also. If I had given only service of this preaching, you can continue that. So, but if there is some demand, it should not be. We should not be attached to some particular service. We should try to do what is necessary for moving Prabhupada mission forward. So that's the instruction which is coming from all the acharyas to. And when we do that, that time not only we uh, invoke the mercy of acharyas, we ourselves grow very fast in our spiritual life, and that we'll experience in our life as we start doing this thing. And when we try to connect anybody to Krishna by giving Krishna's conscious philosophy to that person, it helps them, and they get connected to parampara, and uh, they get the message from parampara. And when we are going out, basically any initiated devotee is going outside for anything, right? He's never alone. He's always backed by entire Guru Parampara is behind him, just standing to support him. Lot of times uh, uh, some answers will come in such a way that you cannot believe, like, that you can ever think in our life. Like I was going for book decision, my very, like, I think I just joined ISKCON in 2000 sometime, and I went on the street. I don't know anything. I just took book and I just went on the street and I was distributing. And one person came and he questioned me that in ISKCON people are like this, like that. And I was very new. My faith was not that built in. I'm just new. And that time immediately the answer came from me. I didn't think of this, but the answer came from me is like, I was telling that person, how can we blame entire big society with just by looking at one person's behavior? And that made me myself shocked that how can I answer? And when I revealed my superiors that this was the question raised to me and this was the answer, and he said perfect, this is the thing. He said keep on doing, you'll be blessed by acharyas. So like that way, anybody who does this thing, he get blessed by Lord. Yeah.
in relating that particular incident of one Lord Brahma coming to have audience of Lord Krishna and then coming to understand that he wasn't the sole Brahma, uh, it allows one to reflect that, generally one sees one's world as under one's own control. And this particular verse, or two verses, the emphasis is on, as you were pointing out throughout the class, that, there's the much more subtle cause. Um, so, what would you say is the impetus for people to recognize that there may be a more subtle cause that's permitting their particular actions to take place?
So it takes a time to build the faith that and to understand the causes. And basically, for this, Prabhupada gives the example of purity is the force. So the same statement um, made by one person will have certain kind of impact, and the same statement made by pure devotee will have certain different impact. So uh, basically, to make the people understand the impact of the subtle things and ultimate causes and all, it's not people going to understand immediately. It gradually first it's a gradual process of building faith towards Lord, and when one builds a faith towards God, that time one understand. But in order to build that faith, first of all we have to build a sukriti for that person to understand and get that faith. So like there was one devotee came here uh, to give congregation training, and he was mentioning that initially when he started preaching, he was thinking how the preaching will spread and all, how people will get the faith and conviction about this process. But he was just going on the street, and when his driver was driving on the street, on the backside of the car, he used to pray for all the people around street to take Krishna consciousness, let them get Krishna's mercy. And gradually the program started, and as the program started, he brought Tulsi Maharani in his house, and he used to just say, please offer water to Tulsi, just take a water and offer. And gradually he used to give prasadam, and gradual these people started coming, and their sukruti got built, their piety got built, and then they took the Krishna conscious process. So definitely it is a prayer, one helps others to build this thing, and second thing is we have to engage them directly or sometime indirectly in the service of the Lord. That is how the faith builds in scriptures and Lord, and that's how one grows in one's spiritual life. For those who are not having faith, this is for very beginning level. Even for a devotee also, if we don't follow the uh, process of devotion service regularly, gradually the faith shakes. But if those devotee who are very consistent in following all the regulations, attending morning program, everything, reading, hearing regularly, their faith is very solid rock. They cannot be moved. Even they are put into difficulty situation, they will still face it. That's how devotees are able to go to the different regions of the world to preach Krishna consciousness, risking their life. Why they are able to do is because their faith is very strong. So that's what I think. You already know, Mataji, but I just, for my own purification, I just spoke. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.